This is the March 1st, excuse me? No?
You have 3 seconds.
My watch says 5:30. Okay, thank you so much. For those who have the maritime watches. This is the March 1st meeting of the Elder Care Committee. And I want you, as we begin the meeting, and our council will call the roll, I want you all to understand, as members of this committee, that not to take this work lightly. There's a lot going on right now around long-term care and Medicaid reimbursement and things that affect this vulnerable population. So we need to be very, very mindful of what's going on and chime in. I will be attending the Assembly Office Standing Committee for the Aging. They have a public hearing tomorrow on long-term care ombudsman program, and I will be presenting a statement to them regarding that program. As a certified ombudsman myself, I recognize the need. They're requesting a $15 million increase in the budget for that program. So I just bring it up because this is very stuff that I'm very passionate about, and I know that you all are too, because that's why you're on this committee. So where you can insert yourselves and give comment, please do, because our most vulnerable population is depending upon us to speak up. So with that, I'm going to open this meeting that will probably last not as long as what I just said. But so I'm going to ask you to please call the roll.
Sure. Chairwoman McLaughlin.
Here.
Ricard.
Present.
Cunningham.
Here.
Demalowitz.
Yep.
Moriello.
Here.
And Beston, Chapman, Camiso, and Whalen are excused tonight. You have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Can we get a motion for, is that the
moved.
first item on our agenda?
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cunningham, is there a second? Second, and all those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Could you please read our first item on the agenda?
Sure. Item 2 is amending Resolution 360 for 2021 regarding congregate meal services for seniors. Commissioner Rapano is here this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Talbot.
Good evening. We are here this evening from the Office for Aging to ask for an amendment in the amount of $11,000 for Colony Senior Services, and this is an amendment to their congregate meals.
Motion to move it.
Second.
I have a question from me. These locations, Beltran Living Center, Bishop Roderick, and where's, I know where Beltran is, where's Bishop Roderick, Sheehy Manor, and the King Field?
Well, Bishop Broderick Apartments is probably about 100 years old. That is up on Central Avenue,
Just past the 155.
Leisure Hill Road, right by before Leisure Hill Road.
Before Leisure.
Yeah, on the left. And King Thiel Apartments is in Latham and Watervliet. And who else are you asking about?
Sheehy Manor.
Sheehy Manor is part of that group of senior housing that's in Watervliet. Watervliet, Latham area. It's in back of the Provincial House, the Sisters of St. Joseph.
Okay, you gotta see where I'm going with this. There's none in Albany. Now, is this because senior
This is
services
Colony.
only serves Colony Service Center? The Colony Senior Service Center, only, all those are considered Colony, Latham, Watervliet, Central Avenue,
Well, you have congregate meals in Albany.
where? I mean, I know you do, but I'm just asking, because that just
This
stuck out.
is coming from the Beltran. This
No,
is
I
coming from a nonprofit that we have a contract with. They went over their contract. We're here to take care of these people. We didn't get a request from the others.
Okay, but can I ask the question
Sure.
of where the others are, please? Thank you. That's all. That's all I want to know.
Oh, I thought there was more to your question. Yeah, that's it. That's where they are. That's what this is about.
Albany is working within their budget then? Is that, how come they're outside their budget? I see where Carolyn's coming from. How come they're outside their budget and Colony
so
needs to come in?
Because they've had more people, but again, and I've said this before at ad nauseum actually, that as a congregate meal site, they can come from Connecticut and eat there, and you'd have to pay for
Oh,
it.
all right.
So Colony has got a lot of people that come there. They have been a very good partner to us, all through this.
No, they're wonderful.
Yeah, they're wonderful. Anyway, they've
I
gone
was
over
just
their
curious
budget.
why they need to come back for more money and Albany and Bethlehem and Cohoes didn't have to, that's all.
Well, tighten your seatbelt, because I'm sure they'll all be back.
Well, I guess, the point is, right, if you're saying that this is just a request that has come in for Colony Senior Services, and we can expect that other requests will be coming in from other areas of the county.
I would
Is that
bet.
correct?
You did last year, as I recall.
Okay, I just don't want anybody left out. And I don't want to have to tell someone, you'll get on the bus or get a Star bus or whatever.
Nobody has to get on the bus.
And go to Central Avenue in Colony or Latham to get a meal. I'm not gonna tell somebody to do that. So I just want to be ready for the other Cohoes, Albany, wherever else these congregate meals are being served. Yes, sir.
On that point, Carolyn, because I've had constituents call me, and I've talked to them about this. We in Albany do not have any senior programs for our seniors to participate in. They have to go to Colony, they have to go all over the place. We don't have nothing.
Well, they can go to the JCC.
Yes.
There are great programs at the JCC.
That's it, right?
I'm not sure, we don't own senior centers.
Oh, I know.
We don't.
Why did Albany close?
Well, that is
The one
an
over-
issue. Senior centers, it moved several times, and then when it lost its home on Delaware Ave, which was, it was like Grand Central for seniors. We have not seen anything of that magnitude surface.
Well, that was run by Albany Senior Services.
Right.
The one over on Delaware Avenue, because I ran it.
Why did they close that, Carolyn? When you were on the council then when they did that?
Well, if you drive by there now, it was bought, the building was in disrepair,
Terrible disrepair.
and that was mainly why it closed, and then someone bought it, and now it's being turned into some apartments and whatnot. But I could not, if someone asked me to get in a car right now and take them to a senior service center and all that, I couldn't do it. Because I'd have to take them to my house, and that's what do you need.
Well, you could take them to the JCC, you could take them, you've got a congregate meal site just right down the road here.
Where's that?
In the apartments.
In the, North Albany, or?
Right here, in,
99 and 101?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
that was
I'm not
started by
talking
the
meals,
council
I'm talking
churches.
programs, Like,
So we're gonna have to look into this because, and I'm not saying it's all on you, but.
No, it's not.
But,
Not on you at
since,
all.
but, no, don't, we're not let you totally off the hook. Because a lot of the the funding comes through the Department of Aging. And I was at NISAC this week, and they listed a myriad of programs that I'd never heard of, that the State Office of Aging says that we should be aware of. I had never heard of them. So we'll be doing some work, and I'll share that information with other members of the committee so that we can see how do we get them surfaced in our neighborhoods.
in the meantime, we gotta pay Colony, so I make a motion to move it.
Okay,
Can I
second,
just
yes,
ask
sir.
one question, one quick question? And I think I asked you this last time you were here, if I recall. So if somebody's in Cohoes and they go to Colony or Albany or wherever goes to County, there's no reimbursement back to reimbursement for Colony from Cahoots or whatever, right?
If somebody,
If I was.
if I'm trying to understand it.
If I was
So,
72,
Yeah.
and I live in Cahoots and I go to Colony,
To eat,
so,
all the same thing. No,
It's all the same?
well, yeah, it's all the same.
okay.
It's not, it doesn't, like I said, somebody can live in Connecticut.
Right.
According to the Older Americans Act, if they walk into a congregate meal, you have to feed them.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter whose county it's in, you have to feed them. If you can't say no. You
Yes.
say no, your funding's done.
So, do you have any statistics, Colony has been, I'm just taking that as an example, of how many are out-of-towners, out of Colony? Is there any statistics?
I can look at that and give you an aggregate number.
I was just wondering.
You want to know of how many people live in Colony and eat in Colony? Is that-
Versus how many people might come
How
from
many come
Albany,
from,
Cahoots?
I was there yesterday, as a matter of fact, with the, we've been being audited by the state. We needed to take them to a program, and we took them there. And of course, it's always a very vibrant program, and the meal is always terrific. And I gotta tell you, there were a lot of people who were from outside of
I was
Colony.
just wondering.
Yeah.
No,
They run a great, Colony does a great job.
they do, yep.
They do a great job.
Director there, she does a great job.
Okay, any other questions? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, pass unanimously. Move on to the next item.
Item 3 is authorizing an agreement with the National Council on Aging regarding supplemental nutrition assistance program grant and amending the 2023 Department for Aging budget.
Okay, this one's real easy, you're gonna love it. I got a grant for $25,000 so that we can increase SNAP benefits. And all you need to do is say, yes, you can take that money. It came from the National Council on Aging. And we're going into all the neighborhoods. And as soon as our van is ready, we'll be able to park at not only the food pantries, but the farmers markets and be able to sign people up. So we're trying to get as many people as we can signed up on SNAP. And we've already started, so we're going into the housing units and going to the senior centers and to food pantries. We've got a long list, so we're headed there. We're trying to get 500 people signed up.
Is there a motion?
I have a question on that SNAP.
Yes, sir.
It's getting cut, right?
I'm sorry.
SNAP is being cut, it's going back
SNAP is
pre-COVID?
being, in fact, I think it's already cut.
It's already cut?
So unfortunately, where people were getting like, some people were getting like $200, from SNAP, now they're getting $21. It's
So
gotten-
why
it's
don't
gotten
we
cut
take,
3 times.
is that earmarked, why are we going out to get more new people when we should be taking care of the people who are there now with that money? Can't we do that, or is that
That's federal-
designated?
That's federal money,
So they tell you how to spend it?
they do.
I mean,
you know, you
I
have
would
to-
rather see us take care of the people who are getting cut and the families getting cut.
But the
We're already
feds are
on
the
it.
ones who, the feds are the ones who cut it, right?
Well, once the
Right,
the emergency.
The COVID public
Or,
health
in other words, it
emergency.
increased that much because of COVID. And now, once the emergency stopped, it was gonna go back. It's kind of sad, but I had somebody on SNAP many years ago when I worked for Jewish Family Services. And all she got then, this lady got, was $16. And she held on to the $16 every month. And she didn't use it. When Passover came, she gave that money, that was her contribution towards a Seder meal,
Nice.
and
But
she.
it doesn't make sense
she
because
did it.
food hasn't come down.
No,
I don't know
food- no,
why,
food's going up.
someone should get a hold of Taco and kick him in the head and tell him that, this,
I'm sure
food
Taco's
prices are
not
outrageous.
responsible.
People can just barely get by, and here we are, here is the federal government cutting SNAP. It doesn't make sense.
Gary, there's a lot of things that are going back to pre-COVID levels. It's not
Terrible.
just food assistance, it's,
I hear it all the
Medicaid.
time from my constituents, they can't afford to go to Price Chopper. I mean, they go there and they spend $100 and they got nothing,
Yeah,
and
Now, is the $21 the individual limit, or is that
No,
just?
that's just what, when they figured out what they were eligible for, that.
Oh, so it varies.
It's a
to
formula
person.
that they,
it's
Okay.
means tested, isn't it?
is it means tested?
It used to be.
Yeah, I guess.
When it was the old food stamps thing, it used to be means
Yeah,
tested.
yeah,
It's
they're
means
means
tested,
tested.
I don't know if it's still,
Okay.
yeah, it still is.
But you know what, if you're eligible for HEAP, if you're getting HEAP, you're eligible for SNAP. You know, some people don't,
People don't know that.
right, because the HEAP standards are higher than the SNAP standards.
And how is this SNAP dispersed? Do people get a card or do they get what?
They get a benefits card. You know, once we take the forms in, once we do the intake, we give it over to DSS, and then the rest of it happens through there.
And it's all federal money, right?
All federal money.
Now, is there any way the county can supplement that anyway, so that we could take care of some of these people who can't afford to, buy groceries every week? Is there anything we can do?
Well, I guess we ought to talk to DSS.
For the
I'm
ARPA
happy to get
money?
whatever money I can from you.
Then we'll-
How much money have you got? You got deep pockets?
Albany County?
Albany County?
Albany County's got a lot of money.
Well, I can tell you how to spend it.
We have, last I heard, $60 million in federal funds that we didn't even touch yet.
Yeah, well, you're not
No?
utilizing me enough.
Okay,
And we didn't even talk about the tobacco settlement money, which is another probably $35, $40 million. So if you want to find money, I'm the guy.
Well, that's for a discussion for another day, but
all this. Okay, did we have a motion?
second,
Motion and second, all those in favor?
aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you so much, Commissioner.
Thank you very much. Have a
And
good
sales
time.
tax,
Thanks for
and sales
inviting me.
tax revenue is up 8% year to date.
Item 4 is authorizing an agreement with
So there's a lot of money
Cortez
around.
Consulting Inc. regarding nurse consulting services for Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. Executive Director Larry Flatley is here this evening.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, thank you for being
Cortactus
here.
is responsible for the quality measures and the education of all clinical staff to CMS and New York State regulatory requirements. They have been there for a number of years now and have proven to be a true asset to the nursing home. This is a 3-year contract that was through the RFP process 2022-146, and they were the lowest responsible bidder. And their price will be the same as in the past, $150,000 per year, and over 4 years, $450,000. I should point out, due to their efforts, that Shaker Place does have a 5-star CMS quality rating, which is the highest you can get.
And this helps you get there. And this helps you stay there.
Yes. I mean, if there was no turnover and you had the same staff all the time, I think there would come a point in time where you could phase out this type of service. But due to turnover in all clinical departments, whether it be social work, nursing, dietitians, it's needed for constant education, supervision, and mandated regulations, which are also always changing.
Yes, Ms. Cummings.
So this is unrelated to this, but what's your occupancy rate right now?
The rate of pay,
No, your,
Census.
Your-
census.
yeah, your
This
census.
morning was 248,
And what's your capacity?
250.
Okay.
Four
For
people.
another day, I would say my top kind of constituent reach out is, over the years, has been very hysterical people calling to try to get a bed at Shaker. And one of them, I hounded your staff, hounded them, and this person got in, but I will tell you, I'm sure I'm not alone. And at some point, we need to think about how we increase capacity there. Because you clearly are, you clearly could increase capacity.
It's very difficult to get in right now.
Yeah, it always is. And that's a good thing, but I'm telling you, it's, the county does not have a home health program anymore. And I think Shaker has become this really nice, very high quality, well-recognized skilled nursing facility that, is a full continuum of care really over there. And we should talk about that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Joanne, as you are well aware of, Albany County at one time had
Yeah, I know.
450 beds.
I
And the
know.
Burger Commission come in And
Yeah,
cut-
I remember
And
all that.
they cut us to what, 250, Larry, right? And they cut Dan Lee out completely.
Yeah,
And it was very narrowly sighted.
yeah,
Because the baby boomers were getting older,
Yeah.
you know, and they're getting
It was
older and getting
terrible.
older, and it's gonna get worse, because there's not gonna be no
Yes.
place to go,
It-
but yet they still cut them. They still cut all these beds.
yeah.
And they made us cut 200 beds, you know, and we didn't wanna cut them.
I
We
know,
fought them, we
believe
went
me,
up
I
there and
could
fought them and
yeah.
everything.
No fan of the Burger Commission.
No, and you know what? Like Larry, try to get new beds today. You're not gonna get.
No,
Very
it's-
difficult.
Very difficult, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And it's a terrible thing, what they did. And
One
we
of the
fought it.
reports that we were given at NICEC this week talked about the growing need and how New York State is fourth in the nation in terms of people age 60 and over. Only, led by, following California, Florida, and Texas. And we're number 4. And our numbers of seniors is growing. People aren't leaving here going to Florida. People are staying. And
No,
so,
not everybody can afford to go to Florida.
well, the other thing they
but the
do,
numbers are decreasing. Whereas we talked about how, it's the people under 60 that are leaving. Those that are over, they're staying put, and aging in place. And that's why we really have, the demographics on what is going on with people over age 60 in New York State, it was alarming to me. And are we equipped? Are we not? The governor has this 2019-2023 plan for aging that is already outdated, as far as what I've seen. And by 2050, 2030, over 30% of the counties in New York State will have the majority of folks, 30% of folks, that are over age 60. So, and when you think about monies that are being cut here or there, it really this conversation has to, AARP does their job, but those of us who don't want to accept the fact that we're aging, we got to start speaking up too, and maybe join the AARP and get on the front lines. But we as a committee, I would really like to see us convene a public hearing in the next few months to talk about some of these issues, so that we're not caught unawares when things come to
The
us.
problem with that, it's for AARP, I'm not a member of, wouldn't join it. I don't believe in their politics, so that's the way on that. But as far as the nursing home situation, it's the same thing with mental health. You know, another Cuomo cut that. He cut, closed all those facilities. They're all up and down Central Avenue now. Mert's got these drug dens right up there, and they're
Yeah.
meth level. This has all been done by the government. This has all been done, by the leadership of our party. This is where it came from. They cut all this stuff. And we're supposed to be Democrats taking care of people. It's
We
scary.
talk a lot about the social determinants of health, the political determinants of health that we're talking about here, where we really need to look at some of the policies that are in place and create some new ones that create more equity across the age spectrum in New York State. Did we vote on this? Oh,
but you do a great job, and we should come back to this.
thank you. We will certainly take advantage of your expertise and the fact that you're able to we're the best game in town.
We are.
The best,
We are.
not the last, but the best.
And when we tried to close that, and I stopped them, and other members of the Woolwood Party back then, when Breslin took 150 positions out of the budget, we heard that, Larry? You were right. We put it back in, and I said that. I said, we put this nursing home is needed for the most needy, but someday we're gonna have a 5-star nursing home, and we're gonna have a waiting list again. I said that 8 years ago, and here we are now, and, that's why we kept it to take care
Let's
of
get that
the most
crystal ball
needy in
out.
Albany County, have the best place to stay in Albany County. Isn't that a nice thing?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank Larry.
Thank
Did we
you.
vote on this?
No, you didn't.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a motion and
Motion.
second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I second. Thank you very much, ladies
Motion
and
to
gentlemen.
adjourn?
Thank
Motion
you.
to adjourn.
Thank you all. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, that's it for me. That's it for me.